It's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today, taking a look at more establishing personal recovery after being involved with a psychopath or a narcissist. If it's been a long time that you've been involved with this person, then your path to recovery is going to take a little bit of time. If you've just kind of encountered your very first narcissist or your first psychopath and it's only been a short duration, said, you know what, this guy was just playing me, they were using me, you know, it's like a superficial wound, it'll heal relatively quickly. However, if you've been involved with this person, you know, or you've consummated marriage with this person, chances are it's going to take a little bit more effort on your part to heal. It's going to take a little bit more commitment to yourself now, and really actively seeking out organizations, support groups, things that you can get involved in, and just really start doing more of your own activities that are of interest to you. Finding other people who have common interests is a great thing to do. It's very supportive once you can become involved in something therapeutic that's considered therapeutic for you. I mean, maybe you just like to go out and, you know, take a workshop class, something creative, developing your creative side, something that's expressive for you, but, you know, doesn't require a whole lot of energy. I mean, I'm not saying something extreme, you know, where you have to just go out and, you know, lose 50 pounds and, you know, have a complete, you know, redo to your life. I mean, I'm talking about taking things one step at a time so you can begin to explore different avenues that you've wanted to for some time. So, you know, if you look into what are your true interests, and we've talked about this in the recovery journal, where, you know, you're keeping a list of things that you want to do, and things that you want to be, and going on that recovery date where you're taking yourself out and kind of exploring some of these things, kind of percolating some ideas, you know, getting some of the juices flowing for yourself. These are all great steps that you can take on a daily basis that's going to get you closer to fulfilling your goal and your dream for expanding your interest and becoming more self-expressive. Because chances are, what I've found, people who have suffered narcissistic and psychopathic abuse, they've felt oppressed, they've felt repressed and kind of depressed. I mean, all the kind of negative things where they've basically been clamped down, you know, kind of subdued from being able to express themselves quite a bit. You know, especially if it's, you know, they feel kind of shut down around people of the opposite sex. You know, so if those things are still uncomfortable, you know, get into exploring things maybe more, you know, in your meetup groups, or, you know, other activities in your local community center, library, local college, community college, junior college. You know, getting involved in little activities there, different classes. You know, it doesn't have to be like where you're like leading the group or you have to be an expert to join. Get involved in things where you can begin to receive, and, you know, being receptive in the group, even if it's just attending, you know, an informational, you know, 2-hour seminar on, you know, writers in the 19th century, or, you know, a demonstration from your local police department on their canine unit. I mean, even something as benign as that will help get you on the stage of recovery, especially if your wounds are still really fresh. And, you know, you're really hurting, and it's kind of scary to go out there because you've just like lost this part of you, or you've like kind of like lost this whole part of your identity, which was maybe taking care of this person or taking care of you in the relationship, or you were serving a certain role. You know, now it no longer serves you. And, you know, going through that loss can be kind of devastating. I mean, it can be extremely painful, and it can be, I mean, just devastating. I mean, it's very hard to explain. You know, you feel it's like very difficult to show your face to humanity again. I guess it's embarrassing. You know, it's humiliating, I think is another good way to feel. It's very humiliating to go through this. Humiliating. It's going to take some humility, okay, on your part, humility and being humble. Humility, which means kind of, I mean, I don't want to say just breaking down and crying, but sometimes that's what it takes just to get through, you know, and kind of cleanse this person from your system and the loss. You know, I mean, it's really, it's very sad, and it's very sad that this type of thing has occurred, and I'm very sorry that it's happened to you. I really am. You know, you didn't deserve this sort of treatment. You didn't deserve to be put through all this chaos and bull crap. I mean, it's not what life is about. Life is about and enjoying nature. I'm just going to show you the view here. Just a beautiful lake. You know, there's so much beauty in life. You know, if you just look all around you, there's just so much beauty in life. There's beautiful works of art for you to take in. There's beautiful books for you to read. Beautiful, proactive people who are making a real difference. These are the people who you need to get around. You know, and go to soothing places. Take yourself out to a spa, you know, if you can afford it. You know, get a massage. Go to a social worker. Go to a psychotherapist if you, you know, need that type of support. You know, go to a local support group. If your relationship, you know, had involved alcohol or drugs, you know, going to a local AA meeting if you can find a good one. Al-Anon, those are all great organizations. Get involved with your church. If you don't have a church, or you're not like a church-going person, start to find a spiritual center or kind of an organization. It can even be non-denominational, where they have different, you know, workshops or classes, or they're involved in something. You know, go out and volunteer. You know, look at other organizations. They could use somebody like you who could volunteer, even in something like a pantry or a senior home. You know, other sorts of organizations. There's all sorts of organizations. Schools could use volunteers. Those centers with abused children, or you know, children with handicaps. There's all sorts of different foundations that lead to cancer research. You know, getting involved in some altruistic situations can be very beneficial. And again, it doesn't have to take up, you know, all your time. You know, you don't have to do it full time, but even a little bit something like that will help restore some sort of peace and normalcy to you. You know, going to you know, other animal shelters. Those are great places. You can see some of the animals. Talk to the people there. Talk to, you know, go to a local health food store. Start exploring some vitamins. Talk to the people there. People who are more holistic and based in wellness and nutrition. Those can be great people just to chit chat with on an afternoon. You know, going to a local you know, art center, just something like that. You know, just going in, saying, hey, can I pick up a schedule? Can I see what classes you offer? Can be very therapeutic. It can start get the juices rolling. It can start getting the ball rolling for you. Going out and becoming part of a nature study or a bird observatory, or you know, some of the other great little organizations that are local in your area. Search online. Meetup.com is a great place for you to find groups in your area that are based on different things. Some of them are social groups, dining groups, gourmet eating, dancing, different types of dance, different types of studies, weight loss groups. There's all sorts of different things. So just go in and explore some within your area, within like 10 miles of you. See if there's a group that looks good and just kind of check it out. You don't have to go with a big commitment. You know, you can kind of crawl your way in there and see how you feel once you get in. But start making these steps, and you know, you're going to start to restore a sense of strength, I think, and that emotional strength is going to start to be created in you. But you have to do this, you know, it has to be like on a daily basis where you're making these strides and you're making these positive steps, and peace and harmony will definitely be restored. So hang in there. Peace and harmony here with you here today. Please share and subscribe for more great tools, videos, and discussions.